All right, Shalom. Shalom, all praises going on unto Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Double honor to the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Of another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. And this is from RT.com. And the headline reads Iran displays military might in nationwide parades, warns U.S. to keep out of Gulf. All right. So this is dealing with the fact that, according to the prophecies, the different heathen nations, they're going to rise up against Babylon the Great, which is America, and Iran is prominent in these prophecies and in these scriptures. And this is just another example of the times we're living in. All right. So it goes on to say, it says Iran has displayed. It says Iran has displayed some of its latest military hardware in a parade in the capital Tehran held to mark the anniversary of the 1980 invasion by Iraq, while also warning the U.S. to end its naval presence in the Persian Gulf. All right. Now, although the country of Iran or Iran, it's known as Iran today, going back maybe 60, 70, over 100 years ago or more, it was known as Persia. Okay, and Persia, which is Iran, is prophesied in the scriptures to ally with Gog and Magog, which is Russia, to help destroy America and fight in this Third World War. And I'm gonna get that. So here it is. You have them warning the U.S. Navy to stay out of there. You know what I'm saying? To stay out of their waters. Okay, but that's just the tension and that's just the tension that the Most High is brewing up between these different nations. Okay, so it says tanks, missiles, and the Russian-made S-300 air defense system were just some of the military units that Iran put on show at the parade, which took place in front of the mausoleum of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Okay. There's a YouTube video here. It says the chiefs of staff of the Iranian armed forces, including Major General Mohammad Hossein Bakeri and various other military general commanders, were in attendance to salute local soldiers and special forces, as well as to observe the display of heavy Iranian and Russian-made artillery. Like I said, Russia and Iran are allies, man. So this thing is getting stirred up. It says parades were held across the country and in the port of Bandar Abbas on the Persian Gulf. Around 500 vessels, submarines, and helicopters were put on show as Iran commemorated the 36th anniversary of the start of its 8-year war with neighboring Iraq. All right, and then you hear and these are just some of their missiles here. It says Brigadier General Hajizadeh said that Iranian-made weaponry was on display, such as the Emad guided missile system and the Zulfikar ballistic missile, which has a range of 750 kilometers and was named after a legendary sword believed to have been given by the Prophet Muhammad to Imam Ali. It says the Zulfikar also possesses a cluster warhead capable of hitting several targets in different locations. Members of the Iranian military issued a stark warning to the U.S. to stay out of the Persian Gulf. So they're letting you know, man, you do anything hostile towards them, they're ready to go to war. Okay? So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to read the scripture here in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Let's go to this Ezekiel 38. Start at 3. And say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Shai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, so this is the Most High using Gog and Magog, Russia, today to gather these armies and these different militaries and their allies to prepare for war. All right. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So Persia, like I mentioned about Iran being Persia in the past, okay, it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So that's why you see in this article, you see them preparing for war. And they're wanting America to stay out of the Persian Gulf, out of that area over there in the Middle East. Okay? It says Gomer and all his bands, which is Turkey. Now Turkey's being in the news now. It says the house of Togomar and of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Verse 7, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them. Because Russia is giving these different nations, namely Iran, different military equipment. You know, missile systems, missiles, you know, other types of weapons, other types of weapons and artillery. And and through Russia being an ally, Russia's allies are also allied with Iran as well, like China. Okay, so these things are being brought forth as we speak. Okay, it says we tell the Americans that they had better stop wasting the American people's assets and wealth by malicious and harmful presence in the Persian Gulf, said Major General Muhammad Ali Jafari of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, as cited by the Tasnim news agency. It says on September 4th, a U.S. patrol vessel had to change course in the Persian Gulf after an Iranian military ship came within 100 yards or 90 meters of it and did not respond to attempts to contact it, according to U.S. defense officials. It says, meanwhile, on August 24th, the USS Nietzsche, a guided missile destroyer, was intercepted by 4 Iranian military boats near the Strait of Hormuz. According to the U.S., the Iranians ignored attempts to communicate. In the wake of these close encounters, Major General Jafari said the U.S. Navy had better go to the Bay of Pigs for adventurism or muscle show, in reference to the failed military invasion of Cuba in 1961. So that's them taunting America, man. Okay, Iran is saying, look, you American devils, man, y'all stay out of our waters, man, or else we're gonna start war and blow you to hell. All right. So let's go to the book of Isaiah the 14th. What chapter is it? 13. Let's go to Isaiah 14. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. And I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It's talking about the so-called white man. Okay? Talking about America and these different Edomite nations. Okay? It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, meaning death and destruction, the grave. It says, it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. Because now you got these different nations. At one point, America was over these nations and had these nations in fear. But now these are the kings of these nations. They're rising up and they're taunting America, and they're ready to blow America to hell and back. It says, it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. And that's what you see here. In this article, Iran displays military might in nationwide parades, warns the U.S. to keep out of Gulf. Iran wasn't saying that 100 years ago, 50, 60 years ago, okay? But now they are, all right? Russia, going back 20, 25 years after the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia wasn't coming up against America, okay? But now they're able to say these things, okay? Verse 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right? Meaning through the spirit of Yahweh Shah Shai, upon the kings of these nations, bringing up the military, now there's like an even playing field, okay? All right? Iran has intercontinental ballistic missiles, the Zofar, okay? Russia has a hypersonic intercontinental ballistic missile. North Korea has ballistic missiles, okay? Cuba has missiles. So America's not the only one that's able to drop bombs and destroy a nation. These other nations have that capability, okay? This is verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. This place is being destroyed, man. This is thy pomp is brought down to the grave, meaning because these Edomites, you're going into slavery, man. You Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, okay? All right, all you different banking families, you're going down, man. Okay. But you know, with that, I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. As always, double honor to the apostles of the great millstone that rule well, GMS. Shalom to the Ak and the brothers and the elect. And to the next GMS News and Prophecy. Shalom.